Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and beautiful and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well wherever you are in the world, my delicious little babies, okay? And that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are, okay? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads, okay? Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, okay? And much love to you all as well. And I hope that you too are super duper wonderful and super duper delicious wherever you are in the world, okay? Now then, so I'm going to do a little video today for my quick reads, okay? So in my neck of the woods in the old UK, well, just to let you know, the sun is shining, you know, and I only said, when was it yesterday, that we do not receive a lot of sunshine. So the sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. It's all right, my hair's all flipping electric at the moment, everybody. You know when you get that static on your old wig? I just call it a wig, everybody, my delicious little babies. Yes, I mean hair, okay? But it's all sort of going all, you know, everywhere. I've not long walked in, you see. Anyway, so getting back to what I was just saying now. In my neck of the woods, my delicious little babies, well, the sun is out, but what I am going to tell you is, my delicious babies, it is flipping super duper cold out there, okay? And of course, you know, it's even colder at night in my neck of the woods in the old UK. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, so I just thought I'd let you know about the latest on the weather, okay? Now then, so there's a bit of information to give you today, just one piece actually. And I do think that this is rather important. That's just me. Now, if you could please, it's on YouTube, if you could please look in, you know, where the space bar is, please, my delicious little babies, for those of you who do have an interest, okay? Because I do understand that this is not going to be for everybody, but there's a point to everything what I do and say, okay, my delicious babies? So as I would say, there is method in my madness, okay? So I do not mean that in the wrong sense of the word. What I'm actually saying to you is that, you know, I know fully well what I'm saying, okay? So, and what you would need to type in, my delicious little babies, is the speech that killed Saddam Hussein, okay? And if you look in the subscribe where you would subscribe, my delicious little babies, it should say clever line, okay? So that's the one piece of information today, my delicious babies. So we just tick that off, okay? There's a reason why I say these things, okay? It may not be apparent at the time, but there's certainly a reason why. Okay, and I just thought I'd share that with you. Now, I mean, even when we look at Libya, don't we? You know, when we look at Libya and, you know, we see that, you know, sorry, everybody, my delicious babies, and we see that, well, you know, it just appears to be a lawless country now. You know, I mean, if we go back to, is it 2011 with Mr. Gaddafi and what happened to him? You know, because, I mean, obviously, you know, it seems that, and even when we go further back, my delicious little baby, sorry, I do get a little bit distracted sometimes, please do forgive me. Well, you know, and you look at the leaders over the years, you know, who, well, I mean, basically, they've been assassinated, haven't they? Gotten rid of, okay? But when you actually look back to these speeches and everything else of different leaders, yes, you sort of see what basically how things were being mapped out, and you see the bigger picture, okay? So sometimes, you know, what one would not see at the time, you know, you look back on things and then you see things very clearly, my delicious little babies, okay? So yes, so, you know, I just find it all, you know, it's just amazing that, you know, that somebody's life can just be totally disregarded just for having a different say. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Anyway, So I just thought I'd mention that. Now then, yes, so I happen to be talking about changing the subject. I happen to be talking about the old chips, you know, in your old hand. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, not so long ago? Well, I mean, it does seem, doesn't it, that I mean, it's coming out more and more and more. My wonderful and delicious little babies that you are, yes it is. I mean, so really, I mean, they're not, I mean, when we actually look at things, what they are, everybody, my delicious little babies, I mean, they're really just not hiding anything, are they? Do you see what I'm saying to you? And that leads me to saying, actually, that changing the subject, rewind and start again, changing the subject again, everybody. Well, I mean, I'm going to mention it again. I mean, Elon Musk, well, I mean, he's still suspending. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And apparently, everybody, apparently, hello, it's meant to be, you know, free speech on Twitter. Everybody, my delicious little babies, yes? Well, I mean, if he's still suspending, well, I would not class that as free speech, would you, my delicious little babies? Because I would not. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Like I said, and I'm going to say it as often as what I can, a wolf in sheep's clothing, and I'm going to continue to say it. Because, of course, you know, eventually for all of us out here, my delicious little babies, who do know, okay, well, we just know, not that I'm saying, you know, but we will get proven correct. Yes, we will, yes. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because they're still trying to hide the truth about this and then the truth about that, and then you've got these, apparently these Twitter, you know, and truth files and everything else. But when we really look at it, for those of us delicious little babies who do happen to follow a lot of things, yes, well, you see, at the end of the day, I mean, what is leaking out, supposedly, yes, well, it's only what most of us who have been following already know anyway. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? I don't know, I'm just looking at things from a common sense point of view. Do you understand what I mean? It's like the slightest thing that he, you know, drips out. Do you see what I mean? Everybody's flipping hot on it. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Anyway, I see straight through, flipping through it. Yes, I do. So anyway, so that's what I have to say there. Now then, I want to go back in time, actually, you know, and I mean, it's just a little trip down memory lane, really. I mean, I was thinking about it today, you know, and I was thinking about, you know, when I was young, everybody, my delicious little babies. I was thinking about when I was young, you know, when I was at school. You know, it's just something, so I'm changing the subject again now, everybody, my delicious little babies. And, I mean, some of you may see the funny side of things, and, of course, for others of you, you may not. Okay, my delicious little babies, it's just that when I look back at, well, you know, because, you know, when we get older, right, because, I mean, apparently, I mean, when you hit the age of 50, apparently now, that we're classed as elderly. My delicious little babies. I mean, elderly. 50 years of age. And we're classed as elderly. I've never heard such a flipping crock of shite in all my flipping life. Do you see what I'm saying to you, all my delicious little babies? It's just, I just want... In fact, you know, it's so flipping silly. It's flipping amusing. Do you see... Oh, gosh, I got something in my eye. Oh, sorry, everybody, my delicious little babies, yes. So, I mean, it's so flipping silly that it's laughable. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I mean, I'm 49. So, I mean, next year, that makes me elderly. Right? Oh, I mean, what are they going to flipping dream up next? Do you see what I'm saying to you? So not only have we got the flipping climate change crock of shite, right, where they're trying to, you know, get everybody to believe in all this shite, yes? And then you've got the flipping all the oil business. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, when I want everybody in these Lego electric cars, which, like I said on another one of my videos, that, you know, at the end of the day, that they're urging, you know, man and woman out there not to plug in their Lego electric cars because, you know, to save electricity. And of course, everybody's supposed to believe this, all this crock of shite. Do you see what I'm saying to you all? Yes? So, I mean, sometimes everybody, my delicious little babies, I do have to have a laugh. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But to call us from the age 50 up that we're flipping elderly, I mean, really, it is laughable and it is flipping taking the pee. Do you see what I mean? I mean, now, some would say, so it's just coming to my head now, I'm only having a laugh, everybody, okay? Because me, myself, personally, I am celibate, okay? And I'm flipping proud to be it, yes? Because, you know, you've got to be careful about who you're, you know, going to meet out into the big, you know, wide world. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, so I'm very safe the way I am, my delicious little babies, yes? But, you know, at the end of the day, the fact is that, you know, I mean, I don't know if you've ever heard this joke, my delicious little babies. For some of you would have heard it. For others of you may not have heard it, right? It's only a joke, everybody, yes? But, you know, they usually say, well, you're as young as the man you're feeling, or you're as young as the woman you're feeling. Do you see what I'm saying to you? That's what they say. I'm only larking, okay? It's just cracking a little, do you understand what I mean? But, well, anyway, I'm not flipping feeling anything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? No, I am not. Do you see what I mean? I will stay like this until the right time. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? But the one thing about me, I can tell you now, I'm young at heart, everybody, my delicious little babies, and I do not care what they're flipping labelling us as. At the end of the day, you know, when I hit 50 next year, let me tell you, I'm not flipping elderly. No, I am not. I mean, I just find it so flipping. Oh, my life. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious baby? I'm ever so sorry, but it has tickled me. This really, really has, you know. And I mean, when I look at my delicious and beautiful, dear, you know, little friends on, how I love them all so. Do you see what I mean? I mean, to listen to that, I mean, I'm sure for most, they'll be flipping horrified because, I mean, you know, not one of us acts. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, yes? I mean, if we're this age, and we're not going to act like we're 80 or 90, are we? You know, unless, of course, you know, so please do forgive me now, right? I'm being serious now for a moment. But unless something, you know, terrible's happened, or do you understand what I mean, yes? So, you know, but other than that, no. I mean, for most, I mean, you know, they act younger than what they are, don't they? Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, please do not get me wrong, my delicious little babies. Not to the point where they act absolutely flipping ridiculous. Do you understand what I mean? Like a 20-year-old. I mean, because, I mean, we've seen some of that in our time, haven't we? Do you see what I mean? Where, you know, somebody's really, for some reason, you know, they've really gone back in time. God bless their beautiful dear souls. Do you see what I mean? We've seen plenty of that, what I have in my years anyway. But yes, I just thought I'd mention that, my delicious little babies. I mean, it's just so laughable. It just gets funnier and funnier, doesn't it, really? You know, you just got to laugh at these things. You know, because if you do not, my delicious little babies, you're just going to cry, aren't you? Anyway, so let me just go back in time a bit. So, you know, sometimes I do ramble on, my delicious babies, right? But anyway, so going back in time, I mean, I remember when I was at school, okay, when I was in infants and junior school. Now, these are all things that are just put straight to the back of my old noddle. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little baby? So you just seem to just forget all about it, if you know what I mean. Because obviously, you know, we all, because, you know, they've wanted to keep us all busy. My delicious babies, do you see what I'm saying to you? That, you know, that eventually, you know, you just haven't got your memory at all. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But I remember when I was really young, I mean, I've got to be honest, I mean, if my flipping dad, you know, God bless him, I mean, if he knew of half I flipping what I got up to, he'd be flipping mad at me. Do you see what I'm saying to you? At school I'm talking about, yes? But I remember, and just something came to me, it just came out of the blue this morning, you know. And well, what happened was when I was in junior school, right, there used to be myself and 3 others, yes? So there was another girl and then there was 2 lads, yes? So there was a lass and 2 lads. And we used to have this really strict teacher. Sorry, please just let me have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Yeah, so what happened was, everybody, my delicious little babes, so I'm not here to bore you, I'm just giving you just a tiny little bit of, when I was younger, okay, right? So I don't know what you're going to think about this. Hopefully you will see a funny side of it, yes? And so we used to have this really strict teacher, right? I mean, I can still see him to this day. I mean, he had a grey wig, hair, and he had a grey beard, very pristine, very, all very nice and neat and everything like that, yes? And he used to go around in like a, what my dear Nan used to call it, yes? Is a, God rest your beautiful dear soul, dear Nan and Grandad, how I love you so, yes? Well, it's like a tweed, like the gentlemen who wear these, tweed jackets and things like that, and he'd wear his trousers and his shirt and tie and everything, yes? Well, you see, what I used to do, my delicious little babies, right, so I've done this on a number of occasions, yes, is that before he came in the classroom, and there used to, like I said, the others with me as well, so it wasn't just me, my delicious little babies, right, it was the others as well, right? I'm not going to take all the blame for this, right? And what we used to do is to put like a whoopee cushion, on his seat. And then we used to just tuck the seat back on the table, okay? And then at other times, we used to put, I know I shouldn't laugh at everybody, right? We used to put pins, like little drawing pins, yes, right? And we used to push his chair back under the table, you see. So when he used to come in, and what was really amazing, because considering he was a teacher, my delicious little babies, well, I mean, he never once looked at his seat. Well, I mean, not until, we started doing what we were doing. Do you see what I mean? But just amazed. And I was sort of sat there, like this, and, looking at me, the other ones, right? And I mean, he'd say, right, okay, sit down, as they do. Do you see what I mean? Especially the really strict ones, like, right? And, like he'd have the whoopee cushion go, like, and all this, right? And then what we used to do with the pins, right? So when he used to sit down, he'd end up with a very sore bottom. Everybody, oh gosh, when I look back to some of the things, honestly, oh my dearie me, yes. So you see, I mean, he must have fell for that at least flipping 3 or 4 times, every flipping single time, he flipping fall for it. I think, well, and he's supposed to be super duper flipping intelligent, a teacher. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babes? Anyway. So sometimes we used to have to flipping stay back, didn't we? Do you see what I mean? Obviously to teach us a lesson. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I mean, to be honest with you, I just seen it as a bit of fun, really. I mean, it never really hurt anybody, did it? Do you see what I mean? Anyway, fast forward to when, because he used to always call me, there's always method in my madness to what I'm saying, my delicious little babies, yes? Now, he used to always say to me, I'll never forget this, and he used to say, Mia, he used to say, you are never going to amount to nothing. That's what he used to say to me, okay, and the others, okay? Well, of course, I haven't seen my other class, mates for decades and decades and decades, so God bless them, I hope they're all well. But when you get a teacher, the point to what I'm saying, my delicious little baby, so I apologise if you feel like I'm going around the houses here, but when you get a teacher who tells you that you're not going to amount to anything, well, I mean, I suppose when you look at it as an adult, it's rather insulting, isn't it? Everybody, my delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? It's like you're saying that we're useless. just because we just wanted to have a bit of fun. Do you see what I'm saying? My delicious little babies, yes? Now, of course, for others of my delicious little babies out there, I mean, you may be horrified by what I say. Do you see what I mean? You wanted to go, oh, goodness me, you know, she was really super duper naughty when she was young. Well, I mean, I did have my moments. I mean, I must be honest with you, yes? I mean, we have to have a bit of fun. Do you see what I mean? But, sorry, do excuse me, but to say that, I thought was rather insulting, so we fast forward now. So, of course, you know, then you get to senior school. So anyway, that was the end of that. I never saw that teacher for many, many flipping years. No, I didn't. Okay. So then when I started senior school, well, again, I mean, we go through it again. I mean, I've got to be honest with you all, my delicious little babies. Me and school, myself and school, sorry, we just did not get along very well. Okay. There were very few teachers who I got along with, okay, because for most, they just simply did not understand pupils. Oh, they understood the ones who did as what they were told, you know, never stepped a foot out of line. It's like every time I used to get you know, our school report, it used to say the same thing all the time. And I think that in the end, I feel that, you know, my dad, he just got fed up of flipping telling me off, to tell you the truth, my delicious little baby. Yes, he did. Because every time he'd look at my report, it would say the same thing. Mia is a very intelligent child. Yes, that's what they would say. Yes, this is what they would write. But she gets very easily distracted. Well, I mean, of course. I mean, I'm the same now, aren't I, my delicious little babies? For those of you beautiful little babies who have been following me from the start, you will know. And for those of you halfway through it and even now, you know, who have just so kindly joined our family, and much love to everybody. You're all so beautiful and delicious. But the thing is that I'm exactly the same now as what I was all those decades ago, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Like, if I found something boring and a teacher asked me if I was bored, I'd just say yes. Well, I mean, I see nothing wrong with that, actually. No, I did not. I thought that was very reasonable, actually. Do you see what I mean? And then we had a PE teacher. And because it was an all-girls school, everybody, my delicious little babies, yes, so it was an all-girls school. Anyway, this flipping teacher, she was flipping horrible. She really was, my delicious little babies. I mean, I usually get on with the majority in the world, you know, they are the odd ones who my spirit doesn't take to, of course, and I'm sure that for my delicious little babies out there, you have the same, where you get on with the majority, and then you find that you get the odd ones where your spirit just doesn't take. Do you see? But to me, she was a very flipping horrible woman. And what she did, my delicious little babies, is one of the girls in my class, she slapped her across the head. And, I mean, if you've got a class of like 30 girls, yes, and we're all there in our, you know, in our PE kits and everything, right? Well, I was the only one at the time, which I was, my delicious little babies, to speak out. And I said, you're not allowed to do that. You know, you're not allowed to smack somebody's child like that. Well, of course, for that, I then got threatened. Yes, that's right, my delicious little babies, and that's going back all those decades ago, yes? And I got threatened by this teacher. Yes, I did. And I thought, right, we're going to put a stop to this. So anyway, I'll tell you what I did to do with it, my delicious little babies. Please do not look at me as a bit of bad. Do you understand what I mean? It's just that at the end of the day, well, of course you have your own views and what you think about things, yes? But I thought, threatening me? Do you see what I mean? I mean, the only ones who I should be answering to would be my mother or my father. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Not to some flipping twat of a teacher. And furthermore, I got stuck outside the flipping headmistresses of flipping office for that as well. Which, of course, our headmistress, oh, she was horrible. Another one. Yes? It's like they seem to be they feel like they're very entitled, don't they? You know, yeah, stuck up. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, my delicious little babies. And she wouldn't listen to me either. You know, and I explained to her that teacher had clouted another young lass in my class across the head. Do you see? So I was in trouble for that, everybody, my delicious little babies, yes. Well, it's not the first time I got into trouble, rather a lot actually, right? Simply because I found everything boring, but anyway, what I did, I'm not saying this is right, everybody, my delicious babies, and I'm not saying it's wrong, okay? I'm just giving you a little bit of... So this teacher, right, this one who'd clouted this other young lass, yes? Well, she didn't know, and to this day she would never have known, okay? She's probably not here anyway. Sorry. Do you see what I mean? She's probably not here anymore anyway. And I put a little note under her door that she'd never flipping forget about. Everybody. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I wrote on it, right? I'm not going to tell you, okay? But I made sure that it was different handwriting, right? I should say I'm ashamed. No, I'm not. Not at all. But anyway, she thought she'd bring it up. The thing was, my delicious little babies, that she could not prove it. No. So she couldn't prove that it was me. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But I tell you what, she never ever flipping clouted or slapped any other lass again. No, she never. So because what I did was, my delicious little babies, I put the flipping wind up her. Yes, I did. Yes. And it was good just to see her flipping bow trace walk around the school. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But she did look flipping worried. Yes, she did. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So, and by the way, just to let you all know, no, it was not to physically harm that teacher, okay? It was something else, but I'm not going to say on my camera, okay, my delicious little babies. So, yes, so, and then, of course, just to, like, you know, to finish this off, well, then, you know, we had where, I mean, because I was taught to cook my delicious babies, yeah, little babies, yes. I was taught to cook from a very early age, and I'm talking super duper early age, okay? And to this day, I will always be very thankful and very grateful, because at the end of the day, I was taught your basic in life to cook, clean, iron, wash. I was taught to do all of these things, my delicious little babies, yes. So, anyway, excuse me. So, you know, we'd have to take our basket into school and, you know, with our cookery, whatever was in our baskets that we had to take with us, yes. And, I mean, again, so I got in trouble with the flipping home economics teacher. I mean, it seemed that I used to get into trouble with quite a lot of the teachers. Do you see what I mean? Just because I had a different view on things. So, I mean, if I was taught to cook, you know, to make beans on toast, yes, which that was actually always stuck in my flipping noddle, that did, you know. If I was taught to make beans on toast from a super duper young age, like 10 and a half, 11 years of age, yes, and then you have to take your bread, your butter, your tin of beans into school, yes? Well, of course I knew how to flipping make beans on toast. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, but for others, God bless them, and for most, they burnt the beans, they burnt the toast, they burnt everything. So, of course, you know, I've done what I did, this is all the truth, my delicious little babies. All of this is the truth now, what I'm telling you, yes? So, of course, I'd done what I did, and then I thought, all right, you know, and I even offered to help the other lasses in my class, you know, I even offered to help them, to go to their cooker to help them. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's helping another, isn't it? But oh no, what did the teacher do? Stuck me flipping outside. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So my point is, when we're talking about schools, okay, there's a method in all my madness, what I'm saying, my delicious little babies. Now, you get some urbans out there, yes, where they like to just get their head down, do what they've got to do. Do you understand what I mean? And they super duper study all of the time. God bless them, yes. And then you've got your other ones where they're looking at what they've been taught at school and they're saying to themselves, you know, and I found this myself. So I'm speaking, my delicious babies, for those of you out there, even so kind enough to listen to me. So thank you, and how I love you so. That even I used to think to myself, well, it's like they'd tell you something, the teachers, yes, but then they wouldn't explain where the sources were from or how they've come to a conclusion or what's brought them to saying what they're saying. Are you following me, my delicious little babies? Yes? So therefore, correct me if I'm wrong, well, that's not really good teaching, is it? And that was classed as the school I went to, my delicious little babies, at the time, that's in another school, the top schools, in old Brummyland. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But again, this is the level, because if the teachers have gone to university, yes, or they've done whatever they've done, so they've only been taught a certain way, haven't they? But surely to goodness, and it's been going on for decades, hasn't it? That they're only taught a certain way, so it means they teach the pupils a certain way. Do you see what I mean? But I've noticed with a lot of teachers, I'm not going to say every teacher, I'm going to say some. Well, they cannot explain how they've drawn themselves to a conclusion of something. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I know what I'm talking about, my delicious little babies, yes? So if they cannot explain themselves, then how do they expect their pupils to understand? That's all I'm saying. So therefore, I used to find it very boring. So, of course, because I used to find it very boring, they used to ask me an honest question. I'd give them an honest answer. You see, it's an old-fashioned saying, isn't there? Me and my old-fashioned sayings, yes? You know, ask me no questions, I tell you no lies. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? So you see, to me, well, I just found school boring, everybody. So now we fast forward. I mean, I could say other little things I used to get up to, in school, but I'm not going to. I mean, nothing like, do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes, but I just found the whole, school system flipping completely boring. And that's the truth, everybody, my delicious little babies, yes? And of course, because my brain works off common sense. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I just thought for a lot of the teachers, they flipping lacked in it, common sense. Anyway, so, and really not a lot's changed now, has it, my delicious little babies? I'm sure that you all know somebody who's got a flipping silly teacher, doesn't know the flipping backside from a flipping elbow. Anyway, so this leads me on to saying that then I thought, right, I'll go to college. I'm just giving you just a quick little rundown on things. So I thought, I'll go to college and I'll go and get my typing. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? Yes, and then of course, I landed then a job for the next, nearly 10 years, And anyway, so who should I bump into, my delicious little babies? Who should I bump into after all those years? Okay, now by this time, yes, because I started off right from the bottom now, yes, and then of course, I worked my way up, yes. So by this time, I've been in my job, for a number of years, and I'd, bought a property. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? I only flipping bumped into my flipping infants and junior teacher, didn't I? Everybody, my delicious little babies, you never believe. But that's outside the flower shop it was. And I remember I can see it like it was yesterday. And when he seen me, my delicious little babies, well, he got a flipping shock of his life, didn't he? Yes, he did. The same teacher who had said to me all those years ago, okay, and I left school, everybody, my delicious little babies, very early, okay, so I didn't have any qualifications at all, okay? So please make from that as what you will. I'm just being honest as a woman sat here in front of the camera, okay? And he got the shock of his life. He said, well, Mia, because he was so, la-di-da. Do you see what I mean? Yes, he said, well, Mia, do you see what I mean? He said, I'm so shocked you've done so well for yourself. I said, well, thank you. I won't say his name. I said, well, thank you. And I said, but you said to me, and I never let it go, you know, from all them flipping years. I've got a mind like a flipping elephant I have when I flipping want to use it, my delicious little babies, which I'm sure that for some of your delicious baby selves that you're the same, yes. And I said, but you were the same one who said that I would not amount to nothing. Do you see? So I never let him flipping forget that either. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? But I'm just trying to explain, just to, you know, to end my video now, okay? And once again, thank you so very much to all of my beautiful and wonderful little subscribers. And thank you, you know, for anybody who happens to stumble across, you know, anybody to even listen to my video, okay? Because it's not meant to bore you or anything like that. It's just, there's always food for thought with what I say about things, yes? There's always a reason why I say something, yes? But it just goes to show that, like, when they say, oh, yes, you know, you go to school, yes, you get, you know, make sure that you get as many qualifications as you can. Do you understand what I mean? Well, it's all a form of programming, isn't it? That's my whole point in it all, yes? Because what it is, they're not wanting the bench, yes? And the same happens in colleges, yes? And in some cases in universities, that unless you are, you know, unless you're... do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Unless you're going to toe the line, behave yourself, not step out of line, sorry, yes, then it simply means, oh, yes, you know, hello, yes, you get a gold star. Do you understand what I mean? But for others, then it's like, oh, you're going to amount to nothing, you know, you're thick, you know, you're brain dead. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, but it has been well proven, my delicious little babies, yes, it has, that there has been many businessmen in the world, business gentlemen, yes, there has, yes, and I knew quite a number of them, actually, going back decades ago. Yes, I did. I mean, some of them are probably not here now. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? God bless them. But who never, you know, got any qualifications at school or anything. In fact, for a lot of them, they left at, you know, school at 14, 15. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But of course, they ended up millionaires. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, so even from the time when I was a young Ben at school, over the years and decades, not a lot has changed. When you actually look at it, my delicious little babies, it has not changed. Because it is just the program, isn't it? It's like, you know, programming, it's like, you know, well, if you do this, then you're going to get this. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but they're not allowing, you know, for the, what I call them, because you are going to get them bans in all different schools. Do you see what I mean? Colleges, universities, you know, for somebody to think for themselves. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So anyway, so that's the video for today. So I just wanted to say a few things now. So please do not hold it against me, everybody, my delicious little babies, yes? I mean, there's many a story I could tell, but I'm just not going to. I think it's better just to keep your mouth closed now, okay? But, you know, it's just that when you get easily bored, so if anybody out there, my delicious little babies, if you know any little young bairns, you know, or adolescents, you know, they do get easily bored with things, well, you know, maybe ask them or encourage them to do something that they enjoy doing, and also to explain to you. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? You know, what sorts of things, you know, what sort of things they do enjoy doing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Not just like, oh, well, you've got to like history, or you've got to like RE, or you've got to like English, or you've got to like maths. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, because I mean, you could have somebody else where they may not even, I'm just using an example now, something that's just come into me, Noddle. You know, you could have somebody who, you know, a young Ben or adolescent, you know, where they actually enjoy, you know, carpentry, or they others may enjoy textiles or something like that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So it's not just about, you know, a young Ben or an adolescent playing up at school, because I do not feel that, because I've gone through many different things myself. So it's not about that at all. My delicious little babies, what it's about is is what the lad or lass finds interesting at school and what they find interesting outside of school. Do you see? But I certainly encourage anybody, to shine that light. Do you know what I mean? And to help whoever it is, young lass or lad, yes, to help them to shine, to be a beautiful version of themselves. Do you see what I mean? And not to just follow the status quo. Anyway, some may see me as being wrong in what I've said, and others may, have food for thought and think, well, actually, yes, as part of, do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? So anyway, so that's my video, my delicious little babies. Thank you so very much for listening. Now, wishing you the most beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, my delicious little babies, yes? Sending you so very much love. Hugs to you all, okay? And whoever you meet, okay, please, I'm not saying jump on everybody, you know what I mean? But please, wrap your arms around them, give them a great big hug. Do you understand what I mean? And feel the love. Okay, my delicious babies. So until my next videos, take care, God bless. Lots of love. Thank you. Goodbye.